In this video, we have the challenge of turning an abandoned piece of property in the middle of nowhere into a fully functional money-making farm. This is part 5 of the series, so if you guys enjoy, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribing helps a lot too. Anyway, let's go do some farming. Well, boys, we're back out here on the farm. We got $354 to our name. Not a whole heck of a lot to run a farm off of. In the last video, we finally got our brand new shop built, and we've been just waiting for harvest. And the way it's looking, our soybeans are finally ready. All of the grass that we cut has finally regrown, so we can cut that again for more hay, which we're gonna need to do because we don't have a whole heck of a lot of money right now. So you guys might notice something. In all the farm equipment we have literally no combine. So Austin, you ask, how the heck are you gonna harvest your soybean field when you literally don't have a combine? Well, I think it's time I show you guys a little something I've been saving all year. So we're out here at my neighbor Craig's farm. He's a guy I met early this year, and he said for when it's time to harvest, there's a little something that's gonna be waiting back in the bush here for me. Although I think I'm in the wrong part of the bush here. All we gotta do is get over this rock hill first. Well, that was slightly disappointing. That was also all for dramatic effect. There it is. Our ticket to finally having our very first harvest. In the bushes for the past 5 years, because he doesn't use it. He runs a big farm kind of down there where they use like all new equipment and stuff. But he said when harvest comes around, I am completely free to use this. He said it won't take much to get going. So I'm hoping today we can get this thing going. We can get going on harvest and actually make a little bit of money. Not to mention soybeans are at a pretty high price right now. Well, I got the truck backed up here. We're going to put a fresh battery in it, fresh diesel fuel, air up the tires, check, make sure there's no mouse nests in here, and hopefully we can get this thing going. After getting everything fixed on the combine, making sure it was good to go, we hopped in the cab and attempted to start it for its first time in 5 years. All right, we got battery power, we got fuel. Let's see if it'll go. Oh yeah, we're running. After getting the combine fired up for its first time in over 5 years, we pulled it out of the bush it's been sitting in and got it back to the farm. Once we got the combine to the field, I realized I had yet another problem. I had all this grain ready to be harvested, but absolutely no way to transport it. But that's where my buddy Ricky comes in. You see, Ricky was a very simple man. He loved two things: farming and Mountain Dew. And well, frankly, as long as he brought Ricky a case of Mountain Dew, he'd let you borrow just about anything on his farm. So after grabbing a case of Mountain Dew, I headed on down to Ricky's. And soon enough, we had secured our gravity wagon. Well, we are back at the farm, and I think we're about ready to go. I just unhooked the gravity wagon because I'm gonna go hook that up to a tractor. I think it might be a little better than pulling it with the Ford. So unfortunately, we didn't have the chance to seed a very, very big field. So I'm hoping today, if we get this all done, which we should, after getting all the grain into the elevator, I'm going to try and do a little bit of haying. Well, we still can. We still have a little bit of time left in the year. It's a little bit late for it, but I think we'll still be able to get one last cut off of this because we've had really good rain, and hopefully we can make it happen. But without further ado, let's harvest the very first crop of our farm. Oh man, this is pretty dang dusty. Did get a good amount of rain on it though, so hopefully it yields very, very well. That's what I'm hoping anyway. But with the soybeans breaking record prices that we haven't seen in years, I think it's safe to say that we're going to make a lot of money off this. The whole field has been fertilized pretty well. We got all the rocks out of it, but I am hoping before winter hits that we can actually extend this field out if we have the chance. If not, we're going to be doing it this spring. Well, very first headland, and we're looking at about 13%, so that's looking pretty dang good so far. There ain't no such thing as a yield monitor in this machine, so we don't got much to go off of. And the outside rounds are never as good as the inside rounds because the outside rounds tend to get picked off by deer and stuff, so we'll see how it goes a little bit more into the field here. So I'd say we're about halfway done here. I think we're just about to break 40% on the tank there. So we're probably not going to fill this up all the way, but I don't know, it does have a fairly big tank in this combine, so it's a little less than I was expecting, but at the end of the day, I'm still pretty happy. Our input cost for this field was about $1,000, so if we make over that, then we'll be in the green. But if we don't do that, I'm hoping we at least break even. After finishing up the last little bit of what we had left on the field, we went over to the gravity wagon and began dumping. Now, even though it didn't look like it was going to be much, with soybeans at record high prices, we were hopefully going to make a lot of money. So with harvest over almost as soon as it had started, we hopped in the tractor and went to town to see if this harvest was going to be a bust or just maybe make the farm some money. Well, we're at the elevator. Let's see how much money we're going to make. Oh man. Oh, this is good. This is awesome. That harvest made us $7,071, which with the input costs being about $1,000, that was over a $6,000 profit. But even with that big profit, there wasn't any time to waste. We still had work to do. So I got right back on the tractor, hooked up the hay bine, and got right back to work. But as farming would have it, time wasn't on our side. The sun was shining, the weather was nice, and the hay was drying as fast as we could cut it. We had rain coming. So if we wanted to keep this hay good, we were gonna have to hurry. After getting the last of the field finished, we switched tractors and started baling. But with the rain still in the way, it was gonna be a race against the clock to get this done on time. Well, we have been going here for quite a while, and the trailer is pretty much stacked right full of bales. It hasn't rained yet, surprisingly enough. So I'm gonna switch tractors again here and take that big load of bales right into the shop, right to the bale place, I guess, and get them all sold before this rain hits, because I really don't want these things getting wet. Now, surprisingly enough, this year we've actually had really good hay crops, but the next county over, not so good, so the price of hay is pretty dang good right now. We can make a lot of money. So that's why I decided to just send it with this second cut here, even though we're supposed to get rain, and it's actually pretty windy out right now, so the hay just dried right up. Now, you guys might be wondering, Austin, well, what the heck are you planning to do with all this money that you've made over the past, weeks with all this? Well, winter's coming up, and we need a source of income over winter, so you guys will see, most likely in the next episode, what's going to make us all that money over the winter. Well, we are here. Let's see what they're going to give us for all of these bales. And $9,052. That brings us up to $16,000. But while we're here, I gotta pay the fuel bill, and that's gonna be $1,000. Anyway, we're gonna head back to the farm here. I'm gonna get the rest of it baled up, but I think hay's gonna get more expensive over the winter, so I'm just gonna keep that in the shed while we still can, and hopefully we can make just a bit more money. Well, we are back, and still a little bit left to bale up there, and I gotta clean up all the equipment from harvest here. Man, we got a lot done. Also made a crap ton of money, which hopefully should be somewhere in the ballpark of what we want to do this winter. I will give you a hint, though. It involves trees, which I figured you guys kind of already knew. Well, it is now raining, and I unfortunately did not get to the rest of the hay on time, so we're gonna have to wait till that dries out over the next couple days here. Oh shoot, there's a bale. Okay, I'm gonna save the bale. Gotta save the bale. There we go. Get that thing in the shed. There we go. Should stay nice and dry now, but if we do let that hay dry out enough, it still will be pretty good stuff. Anyway, I spent $1,000 on this fuel tank right here. Well, $500 for the fuel tank, and then another $500 to get it filled up there. So now we've officially got a diesel tank here. And now we don't have to run to town and grab drums of fuel and all that good stuff, so we should be all good. I do want to get some of this equipment put away stat, though, because, well, the rain, I just want all this stuff inside. But I don't know if the combine's going to fit inside. We'll see. Even though this combine is technically speaking not ours, I did talk to the neighbor, and he's completely fine with me keeping this thing as long as I need it, which is really nice because I'm going to need it next to harvest. Well, it took quite a bit of maneuvering here, but we've got everything as tightly packed in as we could. And we could have still probably done a better job, but I just wanted to get everything out of the rain. The only thing we didn't get was this hay cart here, but to be honest, I think that's kind of fine. It's just supposed to rain for the next 2 days, so I want to keep all this stuff out of the rain as much as I can at least. But everything's in here as good as we can get it. Of course, this winter we're going to have to pack it a lot better, but for now, it's okay. The truck can, of course, stay outside. I'm sure it'll be fine. But with the storm brewing, I'm going to call her a day. So hope y'all enjoyed. Subscribe, and goodbye.